Hello, my name is Mary Freitas. I am a MSW candidate at Hawaii Pacific University, and I am doing my capstone on protective factors and resilience among parents with adverse childhood experiences. The CDC defines adverse childhood experiences as potentially traumatic events that occur in childhood or aspects of the child's environment that can undermine their sense of safety, stability, and bonding. There are 10 types of ACEs categorized as abuse, neglect, or household dysfunction. ACEs have been extensively researched and identified as one of the most important health challenges society is facing today. ACEs can cause negative health outcomes across physical, mental, and social emotional developmental domains. Protective factors are positive actions or experiences created by the caregiver throughout a child's development that promote resiliency. Previous research indicates that protective factors can decrease an individual's likelihood of ACEs. Protective factors can occur at the individual, family, and community level. Parenting is defined as exercises of the cognitive capacity that utilizes emotional regulation and behaviors in the process of raising a child by providing them safety and care. Parents who have experienced ACEs are more likely to participate in unfavorable parenting practices that can span from abusive actions to being unresponsive to a child's physical and emotional needs. The methodology for this study. We utilize convenience sampling and snowball sampling as data was collected through the social media posts on personal Facebook accounts and in various parenting groups on Facebook. Participants were also encouraged to share the survey with anyone that met the criteria. The original Adverse Childhood Experience questionnaire from the original ACEs study was utilized for the subscale, and the scale of protective factors, or the SBF-24, was utilized for the resiliency among to measure resilience among adults. The scale was chosen because it calculates resilience across multiple domains through both cognitive individual protective factors and social interpersonal protective factors. The positive parenting subscale measures on a 5-point range and was utilized to measure positive parenting. A higher score indicated a greater sense of positive parenting. My research question was, do ACEs and protective factors have an effect on positive parenting? I utilized a multiple regressional analysis, and my research design is in the top right corner. The independent variable was adverse childhood experiences, the mediating variable was protective factors, and the dependent variable was positive parenting practices. The sample included 33 participants. 31 of these participants were female and 2 reported being male. 51%, or 17 of the participants, reported being Caucasian. The majority of the participants were employed, and all participants had completed some form of higher education. 24 participants reported having between 2 to 3 children under the age of 18 living in the home. The average ACEs score between all participants was 2.88 ACEs. Overall, 26 of the participants reported experiencing at least one ACE. In the bottom left-hand corner, there is a breakdown of the type of ACE reported by participant. Most reported ACEs included having divorced parents or experiencing some form of emotional abuse. The multiple regression analysis found no statistical significance between the measures. The groups were split into 2 groups to determine if high ACE scores changed the outcome of the statistical analysis. A multiple regression analysis was conducted with the group that had experienced 3 or more ACEs and did not find any statistical significance. The group that had experienced 3 or more ACEs reported having higher scores on the positive parenting subscale and a higher average on the SBF-24 subscale. The average for the positive parenting subscale was 4.19, and the average for the SBF-24 was 125.43. Limitations and implications for this study. The sample size was small at 33 and not very diverse, as the majority were women and they were white. Research on this topic would ideally have a larger sample size of individuals with a history of ACEs. The measures utilized did not measure protective factors and positive parenting practices sufficiently for this study. The positive parenting practices subscale was a self-rating, and parents were asked to dictate how often they engage in positive parenting. Parents want to see themselves as providing a positive environment for their child and may answer differently as they know that the measure is being recorded. The scale of protective factors did not measure what protective factors were available to the person growing up. To understand this, qualitative research may be beneficial to understand what aspects of community and individual protective factors were available to a person who has experienced ACEs. Nevertheless, ACEs and protective factors are still really important to research and are needed to understand more about how they affect parenting. This study is relevant to the field of social work as it is important to promote a positive family environment by connecting parents to critical resources and supportive services to address the possible negative effects of their childhood trauma. Social workers should be aware of the effects of ACEs and how protective factors can promote resiliency. Thank you.